Some times ago, I published a video which I titled "How I Made $96,000 a Year on YouTube." In that video, I told you the story of how I got to know that YouTube is kind of a big deal in the year 2017, and I started building a team around creating content. And last year, previous years, how much did we make? Is it 70 something thousand? I can't remember. But last year we made $96,000. And then a friend challenged me, like, you have learned so much in this process. You own one of the most successful YouTube channels in the world. Why can't you write a book about that? And I feel like, okay, that should be a good idea to write a book. But the problem is, if I had written a book, I would ask you to come and pay for the book. Which is a constraint. Then I told myself, why should I write a book? Why can't I just go to YouTube and talk to people on YouTube about YouTube, which is what I'm doing. Because of that, I would like if you really pay attention to everything I have to say, because I am assuming that I want to write a book. So it has to be like, I have to be diligent in giving you all the details. So in the part 1 of this video, I talk about the mindset. It was about the mindset. If you do not get that right, I ask you to go and watch that video again, because you are going to fail if you don't have those 3 mindsets I shared in the first video, which is, first, you have to see YouTube as like a long walk. It's like a long walk to freedom. And other things I share there, just pay attention to them. So today, I want to go a little bit into the business part of this whole thing. I want to try and share with you the right way to look at YouTube. In essence, I want to teach you how to see YouTube differently from how most people, most creators see YouTube. And it is very simple. This is it. Don't see yourself as a YouTuber or somebody who just want to create video on YouTube. Approach the whole thing called YouTube, as though you are an entrepreneur trying to build a company. Like, okay, so if that is your approach, what is that going to lead to? Let me explain that. You see, your perspective about YouTube will determine how you think about it. Now, let me explain. Because I see YouTube as a media company, like when I was building YouTube, I see it as I'm building a media company. I'm able to apply some basic principles which is applicable to building any other businesses. So I'm going to try and teach you about 2 or 3 of those in this video. And by far, the most important thing you can do when creating a YouTube channel is to look for how you are different from everybody else you are competing with. What does that mean? Yeah, it is called unique selling promise. And I will explain that to you. You see, this is how it works. When you plan to start a business, usually you will have 17, 27 other people doing the same businesses that you want to do. What now happens is, if you are doing your business and it is the same business that 27 other people are doing, why should I come to you? Like, think about that for a moment. If I have 7 options, if there is a particular channel on YouTube that is doing something and there are 20 other people doing the same thing, why should I come to you? Why should I come and watch your video if there are 20 other people making similar video? And I get to learn this concept for the first time in the year 2007. When I read this book, it is called What Rich People Know and Desperately Want to Keep Secrets. Reading this book, for the first time, I discovered that any business venture will fail except the owner is able to figure out how to differentiate himself or herself or his business from that of his competitors. Now, let me tell you a story so that you understand what I'm talking about here. In the year 1959, that is like 15 years after World War II, Volkswagen was having problems selling their products. Reason being that the company had relationship with Germany, as you can know, Germany has been defeated in the World War II, so the automobile was having a whole lot of problems selling. And back to America, people are becoming much more prosperous. And because they are becoming much more prosperous, automobile companies are making big and bigger vehicles. So it has become a normal trend that everybody wants to drive a big vehicle. Now, Volkswagen was to do something which till today happened to be one of the smartest things ever in the history of entrepreneurship, and that is they created a small vehicle and they run a particular advert called Think Small. Now, Think Small advertisements went on to become, I think, the most popular, if not the most effective advertisement of 28th century. And that single advertisement made the company successful, even though they had problems before the advert. Okay, so what exactly does that advert do for Volkswagen in 1959? Very simple. That advert differentiates the company from the competitors. It is that simple, people. Entrepreneurship is about how am I different? How can I show the world that I'm different from all these people that are competing with me? Let me give you another example. WhatsApp. WhatsApp was created May 3, 2009. It was to be social media. But the problem is, before this time, we already have very, very successful social media companies. We have Facebook in 2004. We have Twitter in 2006. So what are you going to do? You will be stupid if you are the owner of WhatsApp to go and do exact thing that Facebook is already doing. You will be stupid to go and do exact thing that Twitter is already doing. Now, what WhatsApp did was very simple. How can we create something that is different from what is already applicable? Okay, so let's think about creating a minimalistic app where people can have a secure conversation. This is not happening before then. And that is why WhatsApp is the most engaging application in the world, I think, today. Then what is the point I'm making here? Yeah, very simple. Like every other business or enterprise, if you want to succeed on YouTube, you have to figure out how to be different from other people that are competing with you. It is very, very simple, but that is the clue. Without that, forget success. So now, let me show you how I've done it in my personal way. Most of you by now know that I'm the owner of Success Secret TV, right? And I've shown you that in the previous video, how I made a lot of money from that. But why are we able to succeed like so much within a short period of time? I think one of the reasons is because I'm able to figure out how I'm different from other people that are in the same niche. And how I did that is this. If you watch my videos on Success Secret TV very well, you will know what I'm talking about here. When I started out, I discovered that other people who are trying to talk about money or entrepreneurship on YouTube do not share their personal experiences. They do not tell their personal stories. Like, that doesn't mean these people do not have stories. Every human being has story. But somehow, what I see them doing is they come to video and they tell you 3 ways to make money online. Blah, 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 affiliate marketing, AdSense, yeah, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, like, these people do not tell us stories. They do not tell their personal stories. Okay, like, I'm going to do that. So what I did is go and check out those videos. I think we have so many videos there, maybe more than 800. You will observe that I consciously tell stories in those videos. Because I tell my personal stories, it is easier for people to first see me as somebody who knows what he's talking about. Second, it is easier for people to relate with me. Like, yeah, oh, like I've gone through that before. Oh, this guy too went through it. Because of that, I am able to build loyal fans. It is as simple as that. Like, I differentiated myself. Okay, on this personal channel, what is different? What am I doing here in this channel that I don't see other people doing? Yeah, very simple. I'm talking to Africans. Simple. Then how can that make me different? Okay, so assuming you are a Nigerian as you are watching this video, and you see 2 videos on your homepage, YouTube homepage, both of them carry the same title. Like example, title of this video, how I made X amount of money on YouTube. Then you discover that one of those videos is made by a guy from the United States or Canada or Germany. But the second one is made by an African. And remember, you are a Nigerian or you are a South African and you are whatever country in Africa, Ghana, Egypt. Which of the videos are you likely to click? It is that simple. I am likely to have you love me because you are my fellow Africans and I'm talking to you. I'm likely to have you love me than to love anybody else outside Africa, talking about the same thing. So what is the point I'm making here? You have to sit down. First, study everybody who has been doing what you are doing. They are having cooking channel, they are having traveling channel, they are having money making channel, they are having whatever channel you want to create. Your first assignment is to sit down and study as many of them as you can find. Search YouTube for keyword that can bring them to you. Then watch their videos, like sleep on their videos. Now, by the time you study all of these people, you start seeing that, I'm sorry, most people are not smart. Like, that's the truth. Don't tell anybody. Most people in the world are not smart. Now, most people tend to do the same thing that they have seen other people doing, the same way other people have been doing it. I'm talking from personal experience. You know, I've been using this for a long period of time. I can remember in 2012, I wanted to start a business and I sat down to study everybody. I can see who have been doing the same thing. And I was surprised that, like, these people are doing exact same thing, exact same way. And my experience from then has not changed. Like, human being, see, don't tell anybody, it's the truth. Human being are not that smart. So if you are smart, you will win big. Most people are not smart. Now, you want to study everybody in your niche, everybody, and see what they are doing. Then, you will start to see that there are certain things they are not doing. There are certain things they are not doing well. That is your home strength. That is kind of a place you want to capitalize on. Okay, so let me make it more specific. Like, how can you really discover your unique selling promise? How can you really discover what makes you different? Because if you are not different, nobody is going to come to watch your video. Like, there are billions of hours of videos on YouTube. If you are not different, why do you want people to come to you? So, like, how can you be different? Okay, let me give you like 3 points, 3 tips. One, you can be different by capitalizing on your experiences, like the way I've been doing. Oh, like I'm giving you my secret now. Is that not going to affect me? No. That is a proverb in my Yoruba land, and I won't tell you the meaning of that if you are not in my culture. I'm sorry. Now, it will not affect me, so let me tell you. Share your experience with people relating to what you are trying to teach. Like, you have been an entrepreneur for a period of time. Share your specific experiences. The reason why that will make you unique is because nobody in the world can have the exact same experience with you. People can have similar experiences. They can be able to relate. They can watch movies that show similar experiences. Nobody is going to have exact same experiences with you. So when you build a channel around what you are teaching, but you are branding it around your personal experiences, people can see that you are different. Yeah, I hope you get that, don't you? Yes. Okay. The second area that can make you unique is build a channel around your skill. A good example of that is you are a chef. You are a chef, you have 1 decade experience, that is a big skill. Then when you are talking to people like the way I'm talking to you now, they are going to feel that you really know what you are talking about when it comes to food. So these other people who want to make food channel and they think people are making money from food channel, they will not be able to compete with you because you have experience. Let's say, for example, you are a medical doctor. You have been practicing medicine for like a decade, like 7 years. You went to school for another decade. So like altogether, 20 years of your life have been a medical doctor, like learning or practicing. Now you want to teach people about their health. You want to share tips about people's health and whatever disease and all that. You are going to be different from that guy who just wants to talk about the same subject. Let's say you are a pilot. Let's say you are an accountant. Let's say you are an athlete. You are a musician. And you want to talk about that to people. Automatically you will be unique because you have this authority that comes from, this is what you have been practicing for like a decade. I hope you get that. Now, the third way you can create unique selling promise is by leveraging on your personality. I see a few very, very successful YouTube guys, men and women, who have been using this. The whole thing they leverage on is their personality. You can be a funny guy, yeah, that's an asset. You can be one tough, difficult guy, like harsh guy. That should be helpful if you are able to combine it with something else. Let's say you are confident, you are bold, whatever your personality is. But there's a warning here. That warning is usually you may be ashamed of some of your personality traits. A good example of that is I am an emotional person, kind of like, yeah, I get emotional, like not really a whole lot of time, but you would not expect a man to be as emotional as I am. Like, if you have watched some of my video, you see me actually shedding tears. I have one of the video on this channel that I'm crying. I think you can see it if you watch a lot of my video. Another one, I was actually having tears in my face like this. Yeah, the society does not accept that for men. You shouldn't be on YouTube and be shedding tears and be crying because what you are talking about make you emotional. That is not acceptable, right? But it makes people to be connected with you in a way that they have never been connected with anyone else. Like, you can't see a man of my age talking about the same subject I'm talking and they are shedding tears. It is not, you don't see it on YouTube. So if a man can be sincere about that, that makes it unique. So it can be the same thing for whatever other emotion, even those one you can call negative. It can make people see you as human. They will see that this is not a kind of nice emotion, like nice trait, but at the same time that makes you unique because now they realize, wow, this is human. This is like human. Oh, the whole point of this video is this. I want you to be an entrepreneur in your approach to YouTube, or else you will fail like 99.9% of people will fail. That's the truth. The very first thing you should do, very first few things, I share it in the part 1 of this video. Another thing I think you should do here is to look for how to really be different. Very, very important. I wouldn't be ashamed to make a long video just about that single subject. Because some of you watch this video and say, oh, you make this entire long video and you're talking about this single thing. Well, I'm sorry. From my experience as an entrepreneur, if you get this wrong, nothing else can be right for you. If people cannot perceive that you are different in some way, it doesn't matter what you are selling, it doesn't matter the content you are creating, people will not have devotion for you. And that's what you need to grow. So I will not be ashamed to make a video of 30 minutes just to talk about this one thing. Like, you have to create your unique selling promise. You have to approach whatever you are teaching on YouTube in kind of like different way from the way other people are teaching it. I told you the story of Volkswagen, how being different make them successful. I told you the story of WhatsApp. I told you my personal story, building Success Secret TV, and the strategy I'm using to build this very channel. Then I told you three areas you should look into if you want to create a unique channel that people are devoted to. And I said, look at your stories, your experiences, and share that deliberately with people, even those ones you are ashamed of. Now, when you share the story, people can see how you are different from other people who are not sharing their stories. More so, people can be connected with you. Human being has a way to connect with story. That's why we watch movie. Don't you think so? We watch movie because we love stories. Now, the second area to look for is think about your skill, your experience. If you have been practicing certain things for certain years, now you can bring a unique perspective into teaching that subject than anyone else who is trying to compete with you. Another thing, which is the third area you should look for when you are trying to differentiate yourself on this platform, is your personality traits. You can look at your personality traits and try to show it off to people. Yeah, that will piss some people off. A good example of that is if you watch my video where I was crying and you are a traditional man, that will piss you off. Like, why would this grown man be crying in front of screen? But that same reason is the reason why somebody will feel like, wow, this is human. This guy is honest. I hope this video has helped you. If you like my talk, you like my video, you like my rant, then you should read my book. Like, why won't you read my book? One of them is free. Check the description box and download 30 Secrets School Did Not Teach You About How to Be Rich, or join my business university. I love you.